There's a lot of health benefits to
empathy enjoyer. Good morning, 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 good morning. Okay. First things first, there's a guy in the chat who wanted to fight me. What did he go by? Oh God, my shit's... Chatterino keeps a better track of that sort of stuff. It's debate day. It's debate Tuesday. Debate Tuesday basically means that we're not going to have any... It's not going to be like a traditional debate, debate pervert type of debate. It's going to be like people sort of giving their opinions in chat, and then I utterly and completely dominate them in all facets. For starters, what was this idiot's name? Someone last stream said rye bread is goated. I disagree. Rye bread is ass. Next question. The hero protagonist said, dude, seeing him update this in real time is a hoot. He was referring to me updating the docket for today. No, it wasn't a hoot or a hoot. It was me being my genuine self on stream, updating what we were going to do for the day. Caden Pro says, I love rye. Well, technically, I can't debate an opinion. So, Shaden Freud, if you want to rephrase that as rye bread is the best bread, or rye... Wait, that's still an opinion. You need to assert something. Don't say I. That's going to be the key in today's debate. When you say something in the chat, get rid of the I and the me. Don't say me thinks. Don't do this and say me thinks rye bread is delicious. You have to say rye bread is delicious. British commentators are better than American ones. Yeah, this is probably the 20th time I've heard this from you, Kayla. That isn't true. And I don't know how many different pieces of media I have to point to make that obvious for you to get it through your thick skull. There's no Charles Barkley in the UK, okay? There's no Moist Critical in the UK. There's no Stephen A. Smith. Thank you, portmanteaus. I don't need your guys' help, but if you want to just throw out some words every now and again, I'll take a look. Are we just putting forth debate topics? What does it look like? Bratwurst is the best sausage. Well, that's just not true. That's just simply not true. It's chorizo. Chorizo is the best sausage. More spice. It can be infused with a lot of delicious foods. Eat it for breakfast, eat it for lunch, eat it for dessert. I will say, not only are you wrong, but you're wrong about bratwurst being the best sausage. So chorizo, number one. Number two is Italian sausage. That's my personal pick. The reason Italian sausage stands out is because it has a bold seasoning, fennel, garlic, herbs, very distinctive flavor. It works in most dishes, pasta, pizza, sandwiches, comes in mild, sweet, or spicy flavors. Just saying. I'm going to stream on YouTube on Friday. I'm doing both platforms. I'm stretching myself thin. And by stretching myself thin, I mean I'm just going to do both. It's a multi-stream. Because I know some people like YouTube and all that jazz. If I want to do something like Music Monday, I'll just do it here on Twitch alone. Well, not alone, with you guys. But I'll just do it both places. You know what I mean? Except the exception. That's sort of what I was thinking about. It's like, I won't be able to do things exactly as I wanted like I can on Twitch. And that's fine. I'm a new chatter because I didn't even know you stream, because I use YouTube, and a YouTube stream is much welcomed. Thank you, hero protagonist. I appreciate that, dude. Yeah, I think it's gonna be good, because I'm planning on posting more on YouTube anyway. So, like, before I was thinking, like, I want this. It's a little bit, I don't know. There's got to be a word for it. I always default to autistic, but that might be unfair. It's like, I think that certain places have to, like, it has to be this way, kind of. And I'm like, that's an autistic thought. Thinking that it has to be this way for seemingly no reason. OCD? Yeah, it could be part of it. You know, it kind of reminds me, I am probably going to start making more videos that are just a little bit more goofy. A little bit more goofy, like my AI video I just put out. But, like, loads of people watched that video, and you know what they said? They said, more videos like this. More non-political videos. iDubbbz. And it's like, I don't know if you watched the video, but There were plenty of things that were political in it. They were just phrased as jokes and alluding to things rather than outright saying it. So just because it's not being like fucking preached doesn't mean it's not being preached. You know what I mean? Those people are just noise. I mean, I agree, portmanteaus, but I also think that they are a lot of people. I think it's a lot of noise. Lamau thinking the AI video isn't political at all is crazy. Yeah, like, what are you gonna do? I mean, if they had more words, they would be able to communicate it. And what they're essentially saying is like, I want to be able to suspend my disbelief, or I want to be able to ignore what's under the hood. You know, I don't want to really, I want to be able to ignore what's under the hood. And so please create a video that will allow me to do that. Trump had gravy on his neck. That's politic. Yeah. And I think, you know, I think Trump deserves to have gravy on his neck. For me, for him, for you, I think he deserves that. Do we have another argument in chat? Let me go. I think if I recall correctly, I asked XQC Drinking early on, but I didn't see the chat. Maybe they had something. Pistachio ice cream looks like poop. Oh no, we can't do another ice cream related or necessarily a food related thing. Drugs should be legal. Okay, well, drugs should be legal. I don't agree with that. I think weed is even taking it too far. So basically, how do I put this in a way that dumber people will understand? Drugs alter your brain chemistry, okay? Even when you get them prescribed to you by a doctor, they're gonna mess with some crap up here, right? And so I don't think in any world people should be consuming any drugs, whether that be orally, visually, auditorially, any of that shit. There's of course the risk of getting addicted to the drug, but I think even worse than that, developing a relationship with drug culture and drug people, you know, people who enjoy it, people who want to spread the good word. Pharmaceutical injuries is another great thing. I was going to bring that up. So wait, isn't there a drug culture here? No, that was ironic, Adam. You know, yesterday we were talking, it was 420 yesterday, and I kind of regret giving the space and room for people in the chat to talk about their unhealthy habits and addictions revolving around marijuana and THC pills, kratom. What else is there? Resin. There's a lot of people who like doing resin dabs in the chat. Yeah, drugs lead to the decay of society. Okay, so we have one person in the chat who's on board. I was celebrating 420 all weekend. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. They think that it's a cause for celebration that drugs exist. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, guys, we get a whole weekend to celebrate drugs. Yeah. All right. Is that going to further your connection with spirituality? Is that going to further your connection with your friends or family? Is that going to further your connection with the world, life? I don't think so. With friends, absolutely. Okay, so now are you just not seeing what I'm saying? Are you not hearing it? Take mushrooms and look for ants and then say that again. You're making my point for me. You know, you take mushrooms, you're going to be seeing things. It affects every facet of your brain. It even affects your eyes. You wouldn't be able to figure out what you're looking at. If I smoked a big joint or a large oversized bong, or I got a QP of weed right now and I lined it up and I freaking went to town on that, I might not be able to do this. My passion for debate, I would just be a gross blob. I'd just be a gross blob. I might be drooling right now if I did a big toke. Weed heads are incapable of handling reality without being in an altered state. It's escapism and turns into an all-time thing for a lot of people. Okay, wait a minute, DeMero. You can't say that with such conviction, all right? We have actual weed heads in chat, and I think I'm doing too good of a job at... But yes, DeMero brings up a good point. They're completely... I would take it a step further. Weed heads are completely incapable of handling reality. They're hiding behind their clouds of smoke and dust because they don't clean their apartments. And that's just a fact. Call kaceytron and say this to her face right now? I would. I think anyone who's seen kaceytron streams would back me up on this. She's holding herself back. She's really holding herself back because all of the bong ripping, all of the puff taking, all of the THC, LSD, drug usage is altering her mind. I don't even think she knows that she's streaming when she's doing all of this because she's so drugged out. She's not even aware that she's streaming. She probably thinks that she's cleaning her kitchen, you know? She probably thinks that she's walking the dog. But we all watch the streams. We can see it. And she's not doing any of that. She's dancing and she's taking big fat fucking hits. Like that. And that's what it looks like to all of us non-drug users. It looks ridiculous. You don't look like an upstanding citizen. You don't look respectable. How do you expect to get hey, the streaming career might not last your whole life. You ever think of that? What happens when you have all this footage of you online ripping bongs? Has Rom Bar possessed you? Put debate me somewhere on the screen. That's a pretty good idea. I will say, as I was really getting into it, I was like, man, this is good clipping content. They're gonna say iDubbbz is back. iDubbbz is back, guys. He actually is completely opposed to drug culture. Yeah, that's good. I support it. But now I'm going to pee. Say empathy enjoyer.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.